Finding a product to sell with Amazon FBA is definitely one of the most challenging parts of the process. And out of everyone that I've spoken to about the topic over the years, it's the number one reason that people quit and give up on their dreams of becoming an Amazon FBA seller. Over the past few years, after helping thousands with their product research, I've come to realize that one of the most frequent reasons that people struggle with finding a product is because they're either approaching it in the wrong way or they're overcomplicating the process altogether. As someone that's done hundreds of hours of product research and launched more than 20 different products over the past 4 years, I wanted to share with you some tips for making the process of finding a product much easier, which should help improve your mindset, your motivation, and your ability to find something to sell on Amazon without further delay. Before you even think about starting to look for a product to sell on Amazon, you should ensure that you've completed the essential task of setting a realistic goal in terms of how much you want to earn per month. If you miss this part of the process out, then you're going to find the product research process much more drawn out and tougher than it needs to be, because each time you come across a product that you like the look of, you won't know whether the profits that it generates are going to meet your monthly earnings target, delaying your thought process and your ability to decide on whether to investigate the product further. If you haven't done so already, decide what you want to earn from your first Amazon FBA product by writing down the minimum monthly amount that you'd like to take home from selling your product online. One common trait that I see beginners making is listening to the sensationalized figures that the gurus say they're earning from Amazon FBA. And as a result of that, they are increasing their own earnings goals to huge amounts, say 10K profit per month, when realistically, that person would probably be more than happy with just an extra 500 quid per month. Setting ridiculously high earnings goals for a single product is a big factor in making product research way harder than it needs to be. So make sure that you are realistic in the earnings goal that you set. Otherwise, you'll end up reducing the amount of products that you can consider because they don't meet your profit target, or you'll only be shown the products that everybody wants to sell due to their really high demand, which typically is going to result in you competing in very competitive and saturated markets. Don't forget that with Amazon FBA, you're not limited to selling a single product. You can sell as many as you want. And if you do want to eventually earn that 10K per month, then you can easily do that by launching more and more products over time. You are far more likely to stay motivated and achieve success if you set realistic goals that give you some sort of an additional earning stream way early on in the process, which you can then work on increasing as your experience and the number of products that you sell grows. Once you've decided upon the monthly earnings amounts that you're happy with, to help you quickly assess whether a product that you found likely has enough demand to get you to reach that profit target, using your product research tool of choice, check the revenue figures for the niche are at least 3 times your monthly profit target. If they are, then you quickly know that the product probably makes enough profit for you to keep investigating it further, which is something that you wouldn't have been able to do had you skipped the goal-setting stage of product research. Product research in a nutshell is the process of searching for new product ideas to sell on Amazon and then verifying that what you found meets various selling criteria. One of the biggest traps that people fall into when looking for product ideas is using the same research methods over and over again, which inevitably results in long research sessions where you're bored senseless because there's just no variety in what you're doing. And because of that, you're being consistently shown the same product ideas. To avoid falling into the trap of seeing the same type of products over and over, try switching between idea generation methods every 1 to 2 hours that you're doing your product research. That way, your mind will be kept stimulated as you won't be endlessly scrolling through a list of products that all look the same, and you should be shown fresh product ideas each time you look. Idea generation methods for you to rotate between can include browsing Alibaba's list of suppliers and their top sellers, and viewing Amazon's subcategory bestseller lists, which you can find by clicking on the bestsellers button on the home screen. Of course, there are tons more methods available to discover on YouTube and within the Smashers Academy, so research those and try to learn and then rotate between them as often as you can. One of the biggest obstacles that is going to stop you from finding a product to sell is your brain. A lot of people's brains are hardwired to be cautious and risk averse when it comes to spending money. And that can become a big problem when it comes to deciding upon a product to sell, because you end up over analyzing and then talking yourself out of every single idea that you have, no matter how good it is. And that results in you getting frustrated and eventually giving up. This over-assessment of products, or analysis paralysis, is pretty common. So don't worry if you're thinking right now that that's exactly what you're experiencing. I've lost count of the number of times that I've had where somebody has sent me a great product idea that they found, which they've then decided not to sell because of something that in reality no customer would ever care about. This issue of looking for a perfect product means that you'll be forever trapped in the product research phase, because newsflash, the perfect product does not exist. To help you beat your brain and get over the mindset that you need to find a perfect product in order to be successful with Amazon FBA, think of literally any product that you've bought in the past that you were happy with, and then consider whether that product is perfect or not, or whether it actually has downsides. Your answer is more than likely going to be yes, it does have downsides, because there's always room for improvement and no product is perfect. And that is something that every customer on Amazon knows. Just look at the iPhone, for example. It's the best selling phone in the world. Customers love it. Yet all customers and users, myself included, we know full well that it's not perfect, and there's lots of things that can be improved about it, such as its battery life, screen size, and so on. But on the whole, it's functional, it serves its purpose, and it does a better job than many of its competitors. And that is essentially how you need to think about any product that you find on Amazon to sell. It needs to be something that customers are going to be able to use, and on the whole be content enough with their purchase for the price that they've paid, that they'll be willing to overlook any negatives that it may have. If you can train your mind to approach any products that you find during your research in this exact manner, then you are far more likely to become an Amazon FBA seller, instead of over-analyzing every idea, getting frustrated, and then giving up. When searching for a product to sell on Amazon, it's important to take regular breaks. Whilst that might sound obvious, you'd be surprised at how many people get drawn in by the big numbers that Amazon sellers can earn, and then in their attempt to get selling as quickly as possible, they try to cram and completely overdo their research, resulting in burnout, demotivation, and giving up. So if you feel like that might be you, don't be afraid to take a break. Remember that Amazon is not going anywhere, and e-commerce is still very much in its infancy. In fact, the latest statistics show that only 1 in 5 purchases are made online. So there is plenty of growth left in the tank. You are much more likely to stay focused and committed to your goals if you do your research and work on your Amazon business during set hours in the day with regular breaks. Don't think that because you're doing 12-hour marathon sessions every single day that you're likely to make faster progress than somebody that takes regular breaks. Because in reality, you're much more likely to make slower progress or give up entirely due to getting frustrated and overwhelmed with the amount of work that you're doing. So my advice is take things slow, set realistic and time-bound goals, and don't do research for more than 1 to 2 hours per day. If you're really thinking of giving up with your dream of becoming an Amazon FBA seller because you just can't find a product to sell, then why not seek guidance from somebody else? Even a second opinion from someone experienced over what they really think to a product that you found, or just simply them giving their thoughts on how you're doing your product research, that is likely to help you improve, keep motivation high, and then ultimately make progress. I run a beginner to advanced FBA training program called the Smashers Academy that not only includes step-by-step guides on how to discover products to sell, but also on how to verify and then select the ones that are likely to give you the best chances of success. You'll also have me as your sparring partner, so if you're unsure about a possible decision that you need to make, you can reach out for an expert opinion from an experienced 7-figure seller. Alternatively, if you just prefer to outsource the process of product research entirely, then there are plenty of options available. You can find people that are willing to hunt for products for you on sites such as Fiverr or Upwork, or if you want an experienced company to do it for you, then you can use AMZ Scout, who offer a tailored service where they will send you 5 exclusive product ideas that their experts have vetted, and that will be for the marketplace that you want to sell in. Once you've got your ideas, you can then even go a step further and actually get a company to source the product from a supplier and negotiate on your behalf, so using a sourcing agent. And I will put my links for both of those recommendations in the description below this video. Now that I've run through these tips, make sure that you use them to break through any barriers that you're facing with product research. Otherwise, it's likely that you will give up. Getting to the point of being an Amazon seller is a challenge, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it and there would be no opportunity. So keep at it and think of the huge reward for doing all of this work up front. I am telling you guys, it is absolutely worth it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will see you next time.